Hey guys, Outlaw Curtis here from HoldSquare.com, coming to you live from 8176 Designs here in Hurst, Texas. Just wanted to let you know a couple things, guys, before we get started. First of all, my usual co-host, Brett Weiss, is not with us today. This is not a full podcast. This is kind of podcast episode 11 and a half, and I am joined here today. I'm very honored to be joined by my daughter, McKenzie. McKenzie, how are you doing?
I'm great.
You're great? I'm doing good. Well, I'm so glad you're here, McKenzie, and McKenzie's going to be here to talk with me a little bit about some video games today. She's also showing off one of the lovely Lady Reaper shirts, which I think are really, really nice. What do you think about that shirt?
I think it's nice. It's very girly, so I like that.
Yeah, it's really cute. Well, we're trying to do some things that that the Lady Reapers are going to like, that even if they're not maybe a member of the Reapers, they're just into gaming in general, they're really going to like. As always, Derek Morrison here at 8176 Designs is provides my wardrobe. And today, look at this. Is this not the coolest shirt you've ever seen in your life? I know, right?
It's your personality.
Well, the thing that made me think about having him do a tuxedo t-shirt was the line in Ricky Bobby where he talks about he likes his Jesus to wear a tuxedo t-shirt because it means he likes to be formal, but he also likes to party. And so I asked Derek if he could put a little PlayStation controller up here for the bow tie, and he did. And so I think this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. So hopefully we'll have this up on the website not too long for you guys to purchase as well. But thanks again to Derek here at 8176 Designs. He is really just a genius when it comes to this merchandising stuff. Now, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, McKenzie. And the first thing I want to talk about is one of the reasons I decided to have you on the show with me today. Now, I have 3 daughters, as you're well aware. Bailey, McKenzie, and Skylar are my 3 daughters. And one of the neat things that all of my daughters have to deal with is kind of the thing that I have to deal with too. It's like you're going to have a lot of haters, right, McKenzie? Whenever you have the trifecta of beauty, brains, and a sense of humor, right? I have to deal with this and struggle with it every day of my life.
I'm sure.
And you have to struggle with it too, right? Because you're pretty, you're very smart, and you have a good sense of humor. You got jokes too. So
yeah.
So
jokes.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, you're going to have haters, because they're jealous of you and whatnot. So, but I think you're uniquely qualified to be on this podcast with me. So we have a lot of good video game memories, don't we?
Yeah, a ton. Especially Wind Waker. That was a good one.
Wind Waker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Living room.
On
watch you yell at the phantoms and all that stuff. That was great.
On GameCube? Yep. What are some of your other best video game memories from when you were young, growing up, whatever?
Star Fox, because you played that a lot, and what else did you play?
What about on our Nintendo DS's?
We played Daigasso Band Brothers.
Yeah,
That
where
was
you
a
have
good
all
one.
the members of the band. That's a game on Nintendo DS where you have all these different instruments and you can play songs, and one person plays the drums, another person plays bass guitar, and you can all play together, which we used to have a lot of fun with that.
I forget what I played. Maybe the drums.
Yeah, we mixed it up a little bit, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. So watching me play Wind Waker at 3 a.m. when y'all were supposed to be in bed.
And we never got any sleep, and we still ended up waking up early, but it's fine.
Daddy, play Wind Waker. Play Wind Waker.
Sleep, video games.
Yeah, video games always wins out. One thing I want to mention, too, about the merchandise and so forth is that one of the cool shirts we have sitting right here, the Legend of Miggs ordered this shirt. This is going to be going out to him this week. One of the jerseys here with his name on the back. Now, I had the pleasure of meeting Miggs, which I've met him several times in person. He lives over in Dallas. And I met him at Dallas Comic-Con last week, and we hung out for a little bit. I met his son. It was really cool to meet some of these Reapers in person, people that you just gamed with and talked with online, that you finally get to meet in person and stuff and realize that they're like a real person, so it was a lot of fun. But anyway, so one thing I was talking to Brett about a couple weeks ago, you remember the movie Contact?
No.
No? You don't remember the movie Contact?
No.
Jodie Foster, where she's... Do you know who Jodie Foster is?
No.
Do you know who Matthew McConaughey is?
Yes.
Okay. This is going to be a thing here in a little bit. We're going to have a segment called Who Does Kenzie Know and Who Does She Not Know? And it's my contention that 17, 18-year-olds nowadays probably don't know who a lot of these people are from ancient history, like 10 years ago and whatnot.
That's
right?
ancient to you?
Apparently, you don't know who Jodie Foster is, dude. You don't know the actress. I bet if I showed you a
No.
picture of her, you would know who she was.
Maybe. That's not the same thing, though.
Okay. Contact is the movie where we accidentally make contact and they send us down some plans to build a machine and we go and meet them and stuff. You don't remember any of this?
Don't have a clue. I love
Well, see,
you.
this whole this whole reference, it all has to do with context. So I don't even know if it'll make sense to you now. But the bottom line is, the whole premise of it is that every television show, every radio show, it sends a signal out into space. And so the very first signal that the aliens get about planet Earth is a broadcast by Hitler
Great.
back in the 1930s, right? And so that was the very first broadcast that these aliens ever saw from us. So I was asking Brett, what if our podcast was the very first thing that an alien race ever saw? What impression would that give of Earth as a whole? Would they be like, this planet, we can go take these guys over in like 5 seconds?
Completely. Maybe 2.
How many of our podcasts have you watched?
3 or 4.
What do you think so far?
I think it's interesting. I don't really play video games a lot anymore, but I just like hearing about what video games come out, because most of them now, they all look really cool and stuff, so yeah.
You and all your friends play video games for the
Yeah,
most part.
all of them,
And
because they're all game nerds.
And I've actually gotten some friend requests before from some of your friends in the past, like 4 or 5 years. Isn't that awesome?
That's great.
Your dad getting friend requests from your friends is pretty funny. All right, so we got a couple of things to talk about here. I want to get into this people that Kenzie may or may not know here in a second, but I want to touch on a couple things. First of all, E3 is kicking off on Tuesday, June 14th. Now, June 14th is one of my favorite days of the year. Not only is it Flag Day, but it also happens to be your daddy's birthday, right?
Yeah, right.
Every year on June 14th. So anyway, E3 kicks off, the big electronics expo out in California. It's the biggest game convention of the year. And actually tomorrow, Monday, June 13th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to have Sony's yearly press conference. Now, last year they did a really good job. They unveiled a lot of new things that we were kind of thinking were going to happen, but they weren't really confirmed. And now this year, the talk is that they're going to show us more details about the PlayStation 4.5 and PlayStation Virtual Reality. I showed you that trailer a minute ago of flying through the air like an eagle and stuff. I mean, that looks pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, I'd like to try that.
What kind of things would you like to do in virtual reality? Like maybe you're too scared to do like in real life, but you're like, oh, that'd be kind of cool to do, because I don't have to worry about, death and whatnot.
I'd really like to stick a fork in a socket and see if that actually electrocutes you. I mean, because, you never know unless you do it, actually, but if you're in virtual reality, then
No,
you don't get hurt.
You got something there. I think you're onto something. So you would want to do the things that basically your parents tell you not to do all the time growing up because you're going to die and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm going to see if this actually happens.
Right.
Gonna put this to the test. Anything else you can think of?
They say some buildings are so tall that if you die before you hit the ground.
Because you have a heart attack. That's what the whole thing is.
Basically.
Yeah, that you actually die of a heart attack before you hit the ground.
So what if you're in a virtual reality and you survive?
So kind of like the Matrix kind of deal?
Basically, then you experience the whole thing of falling down a huge building.
Okay, so Do you ever want to skydive? Is that something that's on your list of stuff? Would you be down for skydiving? Because I told Bailey I want to skydive someday.
I would love to, but the chances of me actually having the guts to do it are really slim.
Really slim?
Yeah, because heights are okay, but after a certain point, it gets kind of out of hand. Where
They're
I'm
like
just no.
they're like okay on paper, like in theory,
yeah.
but once you get up there and you're like looking down
I'm
at
like,
planet
I want to
Earth.
go back to ground, please.
I got you.
Now.
Okay, well, cool. Well, there's going to be a lot of stuff about virtual reality that they're going to be talking about at E3 this year. One of the other things that came out a couple days ago, which we're going to get more details on, is Destiny Rise of Iron. Now, I know you got a lot of friends that play Destiny, right?
Yeah, 10.
Okay. So Destiny's first-person sci-fi type of shooter, kind of like Halo. And obviously it's going to be a lot like Halo because it's made by Bungie, the same people that made Halo. And so this new add-on is going to bring a new raid into the equation. It's going to bring a new story mode as well, some new areas to explore. And then it's also going to bring back the legendary rocket launcher, the Gjallarhorn, which everyone was so disappointed when the Gjallarhorn was kind of taken out of the game. But now it's going to be coming back, and you can even get a black Gjallarhorn as a pre-order bonus for Rise of Iron. So I know a lot of Reapers are going to be really looking forward to playing that, and I'm sure you'll have a lot of friends that are playing that. You've watched me play Destiny some before, right?
Yeah.
A little bit. Mm-hmm. What do you think about what you saw of it?
I mean, when I watched you play it, I didn't really know what the story was about, and I kinda
That's okay. Nobody knows what the Destiny
okay,
story's
then,
about.
Okay,
it's pretty.
I'm not lost.
It's pretty convoluted, and yeah.
I just like watching you play shooting games anyhow. So.
You like watching me play some zombies too, right?
Yeah.
Because
you
know I can rock some zombies. See, Jordan always she always cringes anytime I talk about Call of Duty Zombies on here, but I always try to work it in because that's my jam. You know, we don't all have our jams, but that is my jam. That's the one that I'm like Neo in the Matrix. I can see the code, I can manipulate it and stuff. So that's my deal. So I just wish it had kind of stuck with you and your sisters a little bit more.
I've tried, but I'm not good at all.
Well, that's all right. That's not.
I get to like round 5 by luck on my own.
You do better than that.
No.
We've gotten.
We can settle this later, but I mean, I can show you.
We've gotten much past round 5 before. Bailey likes to play it a little bit, but yeah, I kind of wish I had gotten y'all stuck on zombies a little bit more, so I could.
Not everyone gets to like the 70s and the 80s like you do.
All right, so Destiny Rise of Iron, that's going to be coming out in the fall. We don't have a firm release date on that yet, but I'm really looking forward to it because I really like Destiny. You know, your cousins Cole and Luke like Destiny a lot too, so they're really big into it, and they're really big into shooters in general. But did you have fun when you hung out with them the other day, by the way?
Yeah, I watched them play The Division.
Oh yeah, what'd you think about The Division?
That one's really cool because I didn't know the meaning of that one either, and then they talked about the whole quarantine thing and trying to take out different gangs and stuff, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, which do you like better, that third-person view where you can actually see your character, or the first-person view where you're just looking out their eyes basically, and all you see is the gun?
I like when it's third person because you can see kind of how close. With first person, I mean, you know they're close to you, but you don't know how close.
It's hard to judge it, yeah.
Yeah, so,
it's
I mean,
hard
if
to
I'm
judge.
about to get stabbed, I need to know if I need to go, like, this way or if I'm just going to get stabbed either way.
Right. No, I agree with you. And a lot of times in driving games, I like third person because I can see my car. And you see how close you can really get up close and kind of zoom in and out of traffic, whereas with first person, all you see is the steering wheel and the windshield. So it's hard to tell exactly how far away you are from different cars and stuff. So I like that third person view as well. A lot of people play first person games and it makes them sick to their stomach. They get like motion sickness and stuff. Nothing like that happens to you, does it?
No.
You never said anything like that.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right, well, cool. Well, Destiny Rise of Iron is coming out in the fall. I know a lot of Reapers are going to be kind of looking out for that. So, all right. Now, McKenzie, you just graduated
I did.
high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very exciting. And you're going into the Navy, right?
Yes, I am.
You excited about that?
Very excited.
Very excited?
Yes.
Okay, well, do you want to talk a little bit for 2 seconds about what you're going to be doing in the Navy, or do we know?
Sure. So I took my ASVAB test and I got a 82. So that was a really good score, and I picked advanced electronics computer field, which is they said it was really hard because it's more of like an advanced type thing, but
Right.
you know, I go through school and stuff later on in November is when I leave, so bummed out's the day after my birthday. 'Cause
I know, one day after your birthday, that's a bummer, dude.
I kind of have to spend it. When I turn 19, I'll be in the military, so that's a great surprise. But, I mean, I'm still excited about it. I do training and stuff, and that's fun, so people are cool.
Awesome. And advanced electronics, what is that specifically? What are we talking about here?
They said it was more like weaponry, missile type stuff. Kaboom!
McKenzie behind
Yeah.
the joystick of your little video game controller shooting missiles and stuff. I don't know.
Whether the whole thing blows up or not is up to me.
It's up to you,
Isn't
really?
that just great?
Oh, gosh. Oh.
I knew the world was going to come to an end somehow.
That's right. I just didn't know you were going to be pulling the trigger. All right, so you also got your hair cut, too. Doesn't it look cute?
Yeah, I think it looks cute. This is really, like...
That's the shortest you've ever
That's
gotten
as short
it
as
cut.
I've ever gotten it cut, ever. It needed to be cut because split ends are not... It's not what's up.
It's not what's up?
No.
Okay, speaking of what's up, so Plano East High School students a couple weeks ago graduated. Now, you know that anytime you get all these different awards in high school, whenever you wear your cap and gown, you get to wear the stoles, the little things around your neck for National Honor Society and all this stuff.
Right.
Well, Plano High School did not allow them to wear that because they didn't want to make other kids feel bad that weren't a member of National Honor Society. Now, I think that's insane and crazy because you ought to reward people for doing good, right? Would that have ticked you off if you couldn't have worn some of your awards or other things like that if you had earned some of that stuff?
Of course, especially if it's like National Honor Society, because if you're not really a community service person, then 40 hours a year for you is a lot. So for somebody who doesn't do hours of community service, for somebody who does, they should be able to wear it because they took the time to serve the community. So,
right.
I mean...
And it's not just grades, too.
Right.
It has to do with community service and stuff, right? Well, nowadays, even if you go to elementary schools or you go to soccer games or whatever, they give out a trophy to everybody, whether you win or lose. And it's like, because we don't want anybody to feel bad. We don't want anybody to feel left out.
Everybody's a winner type.
Everybody's a winner. That's right.
It's not
Everybody's
true.
not a winner, are they?
That's the lie they tell you when you're a kid.
Is it everybody's a winner?
Everybody's
There
not everybody's
are
a winner.
losers in this world, right?
Yes.
Is that a bad thing, though, to tell people
No.
you need to work hard or that not everybody wins, that you need to be motivated to try to do well?
I mean, that makes them, if people don't succeed the first time, makes them want to do better the next time.
Right.
So, I mean, if you just tell them that they win all the time, then they think, oh, I'm the best ever, and really you're not. So.
No, exactly. And life is a competitive thing, man. You get out there, your college years, you're getting into your career and stuff. It's all competitive. You're always competing with other people for jobs and all kinds of other things. So you got to learn at an early age how to compete with other people. And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, man. But that's just the way it is, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if you hadn't been able to wear your stuff, you would have been pretty ticked off about it, right? There was a big uproar about it. A lot of kids are really upset about it.
I mean, of course, because the stuff that I wore at graduation, I took the time, because when it came down to graduation, community service wasn't really mandatory for anybody anymore.
Right.
But I decided to finish it out anyway because, why not? I was close enough to finishing anyhow. But, I mean, I just feel like if you take the extra time to do certain things to make yourself better and to just do the extra mile, then you should be able to, you know, get
rewarded
recognized for it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. It just really rubbed me the wrong way whenever I saw this and felt like these kids had put in all this time and effort. And just because we don't want to make other kids feel bad, they had the same opportunity. They could have done the same thing if they wanted to, but it wasn't important enough to them. And that's fine. If it's not important enough to them, that's great. You don't have to do it. We're not putting a gun to your head, but don't penalize these other kids because they chose to do it, you know? So anyway, okay, this last week, we had somebody in the world die, and I kind of wondered at the beginning if you actually knew who this was. Now, do you know who Muhammad Ali is?
Yes.
Okay, who's Muhammad Ali?
He's a boxer.
Okay.
That's it.
That's all you know, right? I knew it. You knew he was a boxer. But that's pretty much all you knew. You don't know anything about his history, his life, any of that kind of stuff?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, well, he was involved a lot in the civil rights movement, and he was very outspoken against the Vietnamese War. He held out, went to jail, so he didn't want to serve in that. And he was also really one of the first professional athletes that was really about kind of look at me and really bragging and I'm the best, I'm the greatest, that kind of stuff. And so he was a real trailblazer in a lot of ways. But I want to kind of go through a few names here, and I want to see what names you, because it's my contention that kids now, and when I say kids, 17, 18-year-old, don't know as much about past generations as I did when I was growing up. So I'm gonna read off some names to you. I want to know if you know who these people are. Now, do you know who Gandhi is?
Yes.
Okay, who is Mahatma Gandhi?
A dude who was born a long time ago. I've heard him in history and stuff.
Anything about him? Just name any one or two things about him. Anything.
He was inspirational.
Inspirational. For what reason?
Life.
Life. What, for people with disabilities, for people with a lisp, with people with what? What was inspirational for?
I got nothing.
You got nothing? Okay. He was big into civil rights as well. He's from India, very outspoken member of, and was trying to get equal rights for people in that country, and was always in favor of peace and was very outspoken about that. Even went through some hunger strikes and some other things to try to get his political message across, but very influential. Died in 1938, I believe. But anyway, so moving on here. Now, I tried to pick a couple of names from different walks of life. So not just one thing, but I tried to pick people from movies, television, music, video games, and just politics in general, okay? Now, do you know who Madonna is?
Yes.
Okay, who's Madonna?
Madonna is a singer.
Okay. She's a singer.
Yep.
Okay. Can you name any of her songs?
Well, you know I know songs.
I'm trying to give you some easier ones.
I know her songs, but I can't think of them right now.
Okay. John Lennon.
Yes.
Okay, who's John Lennon?
Beatles guy.
Beatles guy.
Yeah.
Sweet, give it up, dude. Boom, right off the bat. Beatles guy. Okay. Anything else you know about John Lennon, who his wife was? Any of his more famous songs?
I know their songs.
What about that one, Imagine? That's one of his most favorite songs.
Okay, I
you
don't
know
that one.
Imagine all the people.
No,
You don't, nothing? That's the only time you'll ever hear me sing anything. That's like the first and last time. Okay, nothing? Nothing on John? We don't, you said Beatles guy.
Yeah, he got killed.
That's solid. He got killed, right? He
Yeah.
got assassinated. That's
Yeah.
good. All right.
That's great. Okay.
Okay. Shigeru Miyamoto.
No.
Nothing? Not even a...
Not even a clue. Not even a guess. No.
Now, being a Nintendo kid, you ought to know this, and I feel like we've probably talked about this before at some point, but Shigeru Miyamoto was the creator of Super Mario Brothers and Donkey Kong.
Oh, I knew
big time. I mean, in the video game industry, he's like
Mm-hmm.
way up here. So, all right, Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Do you know who Michael Jordan is? Who's Michael Jordan?
It's a basketball player.
Basketball player?
Yes.
For what team?
You know I'm not a sports person. You knew this.
Come on. Nothing.
No. Okay. I was watching my friend play 2K, and Michael Jordan.
You're getting prompted back here, I think.
The Chicago Bulls. There we go.
The Chicago Bulls. Yes, the Chicago Bulls. Now, Michael Jordan was obviously very, very famous. At one time, a lot of people feel like he was the most famous athlete in the entire world, not just in America, but all over the world. So
He's number 23.
6 championship. Oh, number 23. Give it up. Blow it up, too. All right. Very nice. Okay. Margaret Thatcher.
That really sounds familiar.
Anything?
No.
Nothing?
Mm-mm.
Shoot. I felt like you might get this one. She's former Prime Minister of England. She was around when Ronald Reagan was president of this country. Remember Ronald Reagan?
Mm-hmm.
You know who Ronald Reagan was? You got that?
Yeah.
I'm getting a blank stare from you
I
on
know,
Ronald
'cause
Reagan.
I just...
You don't know who Ronald Reagan is?
I do! Dude, chill. Find your chill. You
I
lost
found it. I'm
Might be under the table somewhere.
What? I need to look for it. What? So you don't know who Ronald Reagan is?
No, I do. He was a president.
Okay. Moving on. Okay. Do you know who Audrey Hepburn is?
Yes.
Who?
She's the girl with the little stick thing, and when she's in that black and white picture, and
The little stick thing?
Like
The cigarette holder? Is that what you're talking
that.
about? The little stick thing? I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, McKenzie.
But that's her, right?
Yes, that's her.
Okay.
That's her.
Okay. Good.
Okay. All right, so now I've bludgeoned you for the last few minutes here. So I told you that I wanted you to see if you could pick out some phrases and some other things that you were going to ask me if I knew the meaning of them. Now, I pick up some of this stuff just being the father of 3 teenage girls, but a lot of times, so what do you got for me? What?
Okay. So, do you know what it means when somebody says it's lit?
It's lit?
Yeah, like L-I-T.
L-I-T? I don't know if I know what it means now. I knew, okay, there's several different things that in my mind it means. If someone says that they're really lit up or they're really lit, maybe they're drunk or something, or they're on fire maybe, because, you lit on fire. No, on fire meaning you're like, if you're in basketball, and you're on fire.
I thought you meant literally
not
up in
literally
flames.
on fire. No. I guess I don't know what it means.
It just means, like, say you're at a party, it's just, the music is good, the food is good, and you're just having a good time. So they say, it's lit.
It's lit.
Like, that's where it's at.
That's where it's at. Because
Yeah.
it's like been metaphorically lit on fire, because this place
Yeah.
is just so...
It's popping.
It's popping. Okay, good. All right. Awesome.
Okay, so do you know, I think you know this one, when somebody says it's on fleek?
It's on what?
Fleek.
How do you spell that?
F-L-E-E-K.
No. Why? How would I know
Like,
that?
so-
It's the first
okay.
time I've ever heard that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, example, your outfit is on fleek.
Now, from contextual clues,
goodness.
I would say that's either really good or really bad.
It's good.
It's good.
Yes.
On fleek.
Yes.
I think you just made that up. I think this last 10
It's a
seconds.
thing.
No, it is not a thing.
It is so a thing.
You know that you could just make up anything right now.
Social
and it-
media tells you it's a thing.
Okay, reply to our YouTube here and tell me if you think that's a thing or not, people. Are your friends going to watch this and reply to this and tell me that's a thing or not?
Yeah, totally.
What does it mean?
It just means like your outfit looks nice. Like it's
Where does the
it's
word
nice.
come from?
It's popping. I don't know.
Fleek. I mean, where does it
Yeah.
come from?
Nowadays, all the slang words, people just like put words together and say, "Hey, I'm gonna make this a thing now." On fleek.
Do you remember that in Mean Girls where she says, that's so
fetch.
That's so fetch.
It's just like that.
That's one of my favorite ones. And she's like, fetch isn't going to happen. Stop saying that. Fetch isn't going to happen.
It's a great voice you got going on
Thank
there.
you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, what else you got?
Okay, I've got...
Talk into the mic, too.
Oh, I already told you what's the play.
Yeah, what's the play? Now, that one's not too hard. I mean, you know, because you got plays in sports, you know, like, what's the play? What's the plan? You know, that basically means what's going on, right?
You didn't know what it meant when I told you that.
I didn't know, not at the time, so I've had some time to think about it.
It's okay, Pops.
Okay.
Okay, so...
What else?
You're not going to know this one. Okay, so say a sentence. Like, say we're going to go do something.
Okay, we're going to go see a movie.
Bet.
What? Pardon? Pardon? Pardon?
So after you say something and somebody says bet, and...
Bet?
Yeah, like bet, like B-E-T.
Yeah.
Bet. Like bet.
That means, I bet you we're not going to? Or
No, like, it's just like confirming.
Deal. It's kind of what it means.
Yeah, deal. But they say bet.
Bet.
So say, hey, I'm gonna go pay for your food. Bet.
But why?
I don't know.
What does it mean?
This is 2016 for you. This is what we say now.
Nothing has to mean anything? Nothing has to come from anything?
The English language nowadays is going to be completely gone in like the next 20 years.
Who starts all this stuff? Where does all this stuff start from?
I heard it from schools, so I don't know the origin. It probably comes from all the songs that come out nowadays. They say it in the songs, and then...
What about dead? Whenever you and Skylar were saying dead after everything.
That just means that something is really funny.
And
like
if somebody says something really funny and you just say dead.
Yeah, dead. Or that also means like true.
Where did you guys get that from?
School.
Got it from school?
That's where we get everything is from school. Because they just say it. Like, I'm serious. They probably most likely come from songs, like rap songs that everybody listens to. And then I just hear them say it, and I'm like, what does that mean? Because I don't know. I don't really listen to rap music.
Oh, goodness. All right, so what else? You got anything else on that list for me?
Nope. That was it.
That's pretty much it?
That's pretty much it.
So, what's your favorite screen to do your face on Snapchat? Because I'm just now getting into Snapchat, so we're going to start doing more on Snapchat together. So what's your favorite face to use? The upside down, the frowny face, or the old person face?
My favorite face.
The dog face?
No, not the dog face. People use the dog face too much. I liked the tomato face.
Tomato face?
Yeah, because I
don't think I've seen that one.
At first, I thought it was a strawberry. But that didn't make sense because it didn't have any seeds.
Oh, you mean like Barry in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? He's my favorite one. Remember when he gives his speech at the end, you know?
And everybody's like, yeah, totally. Like, we all know what he just said.
Right, exactly.
I mean, I like it because my face swells up, and then I'm like a little tomato, you know?
That's awesome.
I like being a tomato.
I'm going to look on that one. So is Snapchat pretty much the main thing you use to communicate with your peeps these days?
Mm-hmm, my peoples.
With your peoples?
Yeah.
So what else do y'all use to communicate? I know y'all don't use Facebook anymore because that's where all the old people are now, right?
Yeah.
To put it bluntly. All the old people figured out about Facebook, right?
Yeah, and then we all just kind of left.
Yeah.
Instagram is a thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I would think too many old people have found out about Instagram too.
No. People actually do get on Instagram from time to time, so I mean, yeah. We also use people use Twitter. I don't have a Twitter, but I mean, a lot of people use Twitter because I don't know what the big deal is about Twitter, honestly, but it's really kind of popular.
I like Twitter. We use it for our website a lot. I don't use it for like me personally as much. We use it for the website quite a bit. It's pretty cool. There's just limitations on what you can send out and stuff. You know, only so many characters and stuff. So that kind of stinks sometimes. But anyway, is there anything else that's come out recently that's kind of cool that you think is gonna catch on and be popular as far as social media goes?
Not really. Like, I think about a year ago there was this thing called Path. And it was sort of like Facebook, but and I had one, but it just never became a thing, and I don't think it will. So.
Okay. All right. Well, McKenzie, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you very much for being my co-host today.
You're welcome.
It was lovely. We'll have to do this again sometime.
Okay.
You think we'll ever get Bailey and Skylar to come on here and do this? That's a long shot, isn't it?
Cats and dogs raining. Pigs
Yeah.
flying, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll hold off on that. We'll
Yeah.
think about it. But anyway, a couple things I want to let you guys know about before we take off here. First of all, if you like our videos and you like our podcast, please give us a subscribe and a like on the videos. That really helps us out quite a bit. You can check out more content from me and from Brett Weiss on our HoldSquare.com website. You can contact me on the PlayStation Network at outlawcurtis, which is my PSN ID, as well as outlawcurtis@gmail.com. Now, we'll have another podcast that'll be coming out later this week. Tomorrow afternoon at 6 p.m. Pacific time will be the Sony press conference. Brett and I will be checking that out, and then we'll be doing a report right afterwards. We'll be doing the podcast right after that, so we can report to you on all the happenings at Sony's press conference and what's going on there with virtual reality and PlayStation 4.5. You want to show your shirt once again. Show your shirt, your Lady Reaper shirt. You want to stand up a little bit or something?
I'll stand up a little
Kind of
bit.
show it for the camera.
There we
Anyway, 8176designs.com is where you can check out our full line of HoldSquare Reaper shirts, Lady Reaper shirts, and of course just gaming shirts in general. Derek over here is going to be doing more work on those and getting up as many cool designs as we can. Hopefully you guys are really going to enjoy that. Now also, the 18th, which is now 6 days away, we have our raffle ending. We're doing this raffle. We're selling tickets. We sold some more tickets to a couple different people the other day. We're trying to raise $1,500 for the website, for software, for hardware, for a new camera, for all this different stuff for the podcast. So if we reach that goal of $1,500, I'm going to dress in drag as Mad Moxie on Borderlands and do a whole podcast for that. So
Oh, that's lovely.
isn't that?
Oh, I want to see
that's
that.
worth it, right?
That is worth it.
And then if we reach $2,000, we'll also shave my head. So, yeah. So
Are you serious?
yeah.
All
yeah,
of it?
Totally, yeah. I know, we haven't even really talked about
I
this.
can't even
have we?
really imagine that.
You know how I don't like people touching
I know,
my hair.
I know.
Because I love my hair, so.
Let me jump in here real quick.
Yeah.
I don't mind you dressing in drag,
Uh-huh.
but you ain't doing it here.
Okay,
We can shave your head here,
okay.
but no drag.
That's fine. That's fine. Whatever works, man. That's cool.
That's cool.
Derek, thanks again for the shirts, man. I know everyone's really liking the shirts and the designs. McKenzie, thank you again very
You're
much.
welcome.
Give me a hug. Okay. Thanks for joining me and McKenzie on today's HoldSquare Video Game Podcast. I hope you'll join us this coming week where me and Brett Weiss talk about all kinds of video game stuff and basically all the most important things in life. Comic book heroes, sci-fi, movies, games, all that kind of stuff. So, again, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.